What is up, everybody? Master Darkpoi Gaming. I am Darkpoi, and welcome to the channel. This is episode 4 of my road to champion. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. Last episode, I wrapped up pretty nicely. Only had one big loss. The rest I played relatively well, so I'm pretty happy with the outcome of that for the most part. Let's see if we can keep this train rolling. Who we gonna get matched up with first? Zeke, tier, and 420. Nice. Got some Ikigai Enzo, some Maple Hill Red, and Champion Landing FPO 2024. Oh, I like this hole. I like this hole because there's a chance at an ace. It's not like air ace, so it requires luck for that. But I like it because I can play this captain play. Essentially just bring my middle chevron right to where this rock meets that rock, right at the point. I then just do relatively a straight pullback depending on the wind. Because there's a little bit of right to left wind, I'm going to give it a little bit of disc. Now, assuming I don't go flying off the ground and down into the water, that should play safely. Nah! Boo! I hate when that happens. Okay. Let's try ourselves an around the world putt. I don't know if I'll have access to it. It looks like it's gonna be real tight. Well, it wasn't pretty, but it got over by the basket, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to settle for the par. But yeah, I like it because if you throw it down the... I faded a little to the left more. I wanted to actually go down the little ravine. But hey, these things happen. Alright, so from here, you can go with Extra Glide, Big Skip, Driver, Distance Driver. I like to take my top chevron and put it relatively in the corner where the pagoda right angle is there, and give it some anhyzer because my goal is to turn it over, but not too much. Should have turned it over more. With a nice clean fairway hit, you'll get a big skip and you'll be right by that bridge, and it makes for a pretty easy eagle. This might be one of those moments where I'm going to throw a mid-range. I am not the most comfortable with mid-ranges at under 70 meters, but you gotta try, right? Nah, it was more uphill than I had anticipated. That's alright, these things happen. Take the birdie, walk away. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Extra Glide, Big Skip, Rive, and I want to give this thing some anhyzer. Put my top chevron right in that tree spacing right there. And that's where I like to be for the first throw. You just got to make sure you give it enough anhyzer because, you know, if you don't, then you end up like this, making mistakes, kicking over into the water, and that's no bueno. Okay, I'm going to go heavy. Get there. Oh. I went with the heavy because I didn't want to ground play down into the OB a second time. That's so much worse. I feel like it's so much worse. It's one thing to go in the OB. That's terrible. But to go OB twice, that's like almost you can't come back from it. So I have two different lines here. One of them is to go with the Extra Glide or the Accurate Big Skip Vandal, and to kind of do something like that and hope for a skip over to the green. And the other is to go backhand with the General and aim like at the birdie sign on the wall. I think for this one, we're going to go with the backhand play and just yeet and pray. It wasn't high enough. Should have aimed to the top of the sign. Ah, boo. Let's see if we can make this around the tree. Aww. It was risky, I know, weak side chains, but yeah, one of those moments. Should have thrown the drive higher, I would have took the birdie. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but didn't. So I have a nice ace line here with the extra glide windbreak core. I'm gonna drop the aim like so very little. And then all I want to do is give it some hyzer. And the goal here is that you'll hit these leaves. Ah, maybe I should have done a straight pullback. Ugh. The goal is to hit the leaves of the tree, and if you do it just right, it'll just slide right down in there for the ace. So, I've hit it a couple different times. It works. I've seen some other people throw a very similar shot. It works, and I messed up the putt because I was talking. Alright, let me hit this. Ugh. Should have been a birdie. Man. Big mistakes. Alright, so I like the Claymore here. Straight pullback with just a little bit of disc showing on the hyzer, or on the anhyzer side. Just a tiny bit. Ooh. Yeah, the Claymore works great for that throw. I really like it. It's aced many times. And it works for me, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have to put in some work if I want to get some points here. Huh. I don't like the wind carry for the water skip play, so I'm gonna go with the captain, but I'm gonna go with something like this. I just want to play it without going to the water. And I just want to be settled up nice and clean. Huh. I know that the Claymore is not going to go the 69 meters with the raised basket, but I feel like it'll not go... Well, that was closer than I thought. I also felt like it wasn't going to be close enough to go over the rocks. That was a lot closer than I thought. Maybe it's a lot more downhill than it seems. I love this hole because it reminds me so much of hole 18 at Deer Lakes Park. That's my local course. And this sidewalk and the way you throw this throw, it really is, it's almost identical. So, I love it. This isn't great. It isn't great, but I have faith. I have faith that we can get this right on in there. With the wind, with the bush. If I don't hit the bush, it might be a problem. Might go over top. I hate when that happens. But if I do hit the bush, I'm gonna throw harder. That's such a weird situation, and I never really know exactly what to do in every single situation because, you know, hit the bush, don't hit the bush, you know, it's a toughie. Oh, I'm so tempted to go with the big backhand flex. That wind would carry so good. I might go with it. I think I'm gonna go with it. I had to miss that tree, that's for sure. Yeah, if you throw that right, you can skip all the way to the basket. I've done it like once or twice. I think twice. Let's go with the FD backwind. I should probably done a full send if I wanted to hit the basket, but I was afraid that with the backwind it might go too far. I think that would have been correct. I think it would have gone just a little too far. Almost chained out weak side. No. Alright, that's unfortunate. -4. We'll call that warm-up round. We'll just call it warm-up round. It is what it is. Let's go. Number 2. Who are we gonna get? And can I play better than round 1? Oh, yo, if you don't know, today Worlds in Disc Golf Valley started. I had such a great first round. I hit a couple aces, got an Albie. Fantastic. Cannot wait to put all of that footage together to bring to you guys. I am excited. I don't typically play well during like big time competitions like that, and even though I did have a little bit of a struggle on Northern Breeze, I think is what it was, the second round, overall I'm still really happy with my performance in this first day, so I'm excited to put that together and bring it to you. I hope I do well throughout the entire thing. But yeah, alright, so here we go. I like to just go with the Extra Glide Water Skip Captain, and then go with a flip up. I don't want it to be a straight throw, like an actual straight throw with the indicator, because if I do, it'll turn right. Don't hit the tree. Don't hit the tree. Aw, that doesn't happen very often. But yeah, if I do a regular straight pullback, it typically will end up going to the right too far and being behind that rock, and I don't like being over there either. It was risky to go with the Extra Glide Big Skip Rive, but it paid off. Nice. Now just don't mess up this putt. Alright. Murph, Thummer, and Aaron. Alright. I love this hole because it's another one of my old flow security blanket throws. Top chevron right in the center of this rock right here. And we'll just give it some good, it's a forehand throw, and we'll give it some good anhyzer. Depending on the wind will determine how much anhyzer, but it's relatively close to that pullback every time. No! And usually it'll skip right in between those rocks, hit the grass, and pop right up for the eagle play. That was a little sad. Gotta take the par. Man. Good on you, Murph. Good on you, man. That's a heck of a eagle to pick up on the field. It's unfortunate I didn't get one. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a little lucky here. One time I hit the ace on this hole. It was awesome. It was lucky. Like, I was aiming for the ace. I was trying to get it, but it was definitely some luck to clip off the ground in just the right way to get the skip. So, I dig it. I mean, when I hit it, I was super geeked, you know? Alright. Gotta get something here. Gotta pick up one on the field. I have three different lines, right? So one of them is step to the right, light glide driver, and aim at these windows, like literally line your chevrons up with the windows, and then do like a relatively just over, I like to go just over the hyzer line right here, boop. But yeah, that's one. The other one I like to run, and it really depends on the wind, is this way. Again, bring it up, aim to, I believe it's either this window or this window, like this. But, and then it's a forehand hyzer, like here, kiss the disc, edge of the disc. And then, of course, I have the backhand flex, big skip vandal play, stepping all the way to the left and aiming right. I would say right in here, because you don't want to hit that tree back over there on the big skip play. But on this wind, I'm going to go here. I think it's the right move. Whoa. And if done correctly, it should put you down by the basket. This is going to be a little too far. It went a little too far, pushed a little too far hard, like too far forward than normal. But hey, that's the risk of the play. Alright, I go extra glide big skip rive or extra glide big skip captain, depending on what type of shot I'm looking for. The objective is to get close to this fence, but not either be right up on it or a little bit back from it. There's like this weird middle space where you can still clip the fence, and that's just one of those things that drives me bonkers. Let's go with a flip up captain, Should get a good water skip. Yeah. That's one of those must eagle, especially if your card gets it, because you don't want to fall down there. Oh, recently I was running my doubles tournament with my partner, Virginia Slim, and I went to take this throw, and I mean, I just completely butchered it. The throw didn't get through off the tee, then my second shot just went so far. Like, it was probably a bad disc selection on my part, but still. It did not go the way I had hoped, and we ended up not doing great. But hey, this is the way it goes. You win some, you lose some. I wasn't expecting that light pole there. Now, I gotta do this. There we go. I played it too close to the tree the other rounds, and I ended up hitting a tree last video. And, trying not to do those types of things anymore. I'm really trying to do better so I can get the ELO improvement, you know? I think it's, definitely worth working for. Get in the basket! It's definitely worth working for. It's a lot of a grind, though. It takes a lot. You gotta be patient. You gotta play smart every single throw. Something that I often don't do. I can't be mad. The card's playing well. I'm not playing exceptional. So if I take another L, then this one's going to have to be on me. Use the heavy because I didn't want the wind to push me too hard. Well, hole 9, par 3. What do we got? Let's go with the Old Saint. Whoops. We're going to try that flip-up play that we tried before. Make sure I give it enough hyzer. Clip the tree. Stayed in play. When stuff like that happens, I just laugh. Well, tied for third. Wah, wah. Not good enough. Good round on Murph and Thummer. They played clean. Oh well, that's 2. I'm gonna have to finish strong if I wanna recoup this episode, that's for sure. I just want to take this moment to thank everybody for all the support that you've shown the channel. I have the 1,000 subscriber special going on right now. Don't forget to check that out. And I want to give a big shout out to Salty Unicorns at this moment. If you use the code Darkpoi on the Salty Unicorns website, you can save 15% site-wide, and each purchase you make using that code puts a little bit of money right into the channel's pockets. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, that's Salty Unicorns, and the code is Darkpoi. Alright, let's see if we can hit the ace. I haven't hit it in a while. I've been just off a little bit each time. Nah. Almost, but not quite. Almost, but not quite. It is what it is. I need a victory. Come on now, fade on over. There you go. Don't be under the tree. I don't think I am under. I don't think I'm going to hit something. Nope, just putting real high and almost kicking out. That's what that was. But I always get nervous. You never know when you are going to hit a leaf. There we go. Let's go old flow again. Right in between the trees. Some good Anheuser. As long as we miss the trees on the right. Hey, I'll take a clip through there. skips on Little Creek, and we're good. Oh, did the field mess up? It's easy to go OB. It's easy to have some ground play issues, end up in the water. I've had dead water skips where I just ended up in the water. All right, so I'm going to go with a line that I like to use. It's a backhand flex. I take my top chevron. I bring it right up here by this tree. Yeah, relatively right here. And then I'm going to go with like an almost roller. I think I'm going to go roller because we want to get a good flex out of it. We need to avoid the rock, hit flat enough so we get a nice big skip. Didn't skip as big as I would have liked, but this is all right. 24 meters. Nothing's ever a gimme, but this should be okay. Nope, I shorted it. Oh, bro. Come on. Got to do better. You got to do better. Ugh. That could have been it. I could have been separated, but no. I'm going to go with the extra glide big skip ride, forehand play, middle chevron, right in between where the rock and the hillside meet each other. This is my favorite aim point. I don't really care what the wind is. I might change a disc depending on what the wind is, and I might change the angle that I throw it at, but for the most part, that's the aim point. And regardless of how you play it, it should skip you up the hill. Every once in a while, you hit that little rock on the hill, but for the most part, you're good. Almost shorted that, but I'll take the eagle. Yeah! All right. I don't like this wind. I do not like this wind at all. It's like with the captain and it's wind and the wind is pushing from right to left, right hand, backhand. If the wind is pushing from right to left, if you do give it like a decent amount of hyzer, like not a decent amount like a lot, but if you do give it that hyzer and then the wind is enough, it will fade way more than you think. And I've had that happen to me one too many times, so I'm glad I was able to pick up the eagle there. That's what's up. As long as I don't mess this up, I should be okay. Go extra glide, water skip captain. We want to ride that wind. Okay, come back down. Now settle down. All right, I'll take that. It's very windy. All right, big eagle. Yo, if I wouldn't have missed that eagle, that would have been 5 eagles. Oh, I mean 6. It would have been 6 in a row. Oh, that's quite. And the one I missed is the one everyone else nailed. That's funny. Oh man. I'm gonna try something different. I've been working different lines, trying different things. I don't have a good play. Like, the only thing I care about is making the Mando and not going as far away from the basket as humanly possible. Because one too many times I've been burned trying to hit the birdie on this hole because the wind is so gnarly. Oh, I like this wind. I like the crosswind. It gets pushy, but it also opens up the air ace opportunity, which I think is awesome. Too much anhyzer. That's all right, though. Playing the backstop. Let's get away from the wall. And another eagle. Could you imagine if I wouldn't have missed that one eagle? That would have been 7 out of 9. Yo. Nice. All right. I'll take that. Minus 15. 6 eagles. That's what's up. That was a heck of a card. Alright, that was 3. Let's go to 4. If I can end on 3 solo first places, that would be pretty sweet. Guys, the future is looking bright. I am so excited about what's coming up. The final couple months of the year, I have quite a bit planned for y'all. It's going to be fun putting it all together. I can't wait for the rest of the year to showcase all these different events. It's going to be an awesome time, and I even have a secret, but I can't tell you what it is yet. Guess you'll just have to stick around and watch my videos to realize, to find out what it is. Alright, let's keep it real. Make the putt. No tomfoolery. Piggy Poop Balls. How about that name? Whip Arm, I like it. And Peyton. I'm gonna try to go... My Simon line hasn't been working recently. I gotta figure out what I'm doing wrong with my aim point. I'm gonna have to revisit my notes. But the other line I like to use is the Extra Glide. Or is it Extra Glide? Or I think it's Windbreak. Yeah, Windbreak Water Skip Marlin. It's one of my favorite go-to discs. Alright, so I like to go forehand roller. Middle chevron, aim right at the edge of this bush here. Right here. And then I go with a forehand roller. And the reason is because we have those angled barriers. And those angled barriers allow you to roll right up and over. I've been using this line for like a year. And it works 99% of the time. Even when you roll it and you don't get over the barrier, your disc kind of settles in the barrier. I almost messed that up. Wow. Your disc kind of settles up against the barrier, so technically you're still in play because there's like a fine line between the bottom of the barrier and where the OB actually hits. So that's pretty dope. I love that. I like to go defender on this hole because it has no turn. It just fades, and that's nice for what we're looking for here. I've thrown the captain one too many times and got burnt on this hole, so I don't do that anymore, like backhand flex. And yeah. However, when you go backhand flex with the captain, you do have ace run potential. So, you know, it is what it is on that one. This is probably my least favorite hole at Maple Hill. It's, I'm just terrible at it. That's all. I like the layout and the design of it, and in real life it's probably super fun, but in the game I just can't figure it out. I think I've hit the ace like 2, maybe 3 times since it came out. I just don't have good consistency with it. Get in there, alright. Gotta love it when an around the world putt works. Alright, save me from losing a stroke. I'll take it. Alright, I'm gonna down disc. I'm gonna bring out the accurate Big Skip Vandal. And I'm just gonna play for a shorter fairway hit. Just like that. I mean, yeah, you risk hitting the tree there on the right, but you risk that with a driver as well. So, for me, there's really no difference, but I like how the Vandal keeps it low. It doesn't, like, pick up and glide as much as a driver would on that hole. Alright, last time I tried to showcase this run, I actually messed it up, so I'm going to try to show you again. Forehand play, I aim my top chevron right around that middle of that bush, like right at the bottom of it. And then I do a hyzer throw. Last time, the wind pushed me into a tree, so you didn't really get to see it that well. Here is a much better example. Bounce right off the top of the hill, and it should slide me right over by the basket. The accurate Big Skip Vandal is my favorite disc in the game. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the best utility discs. It's great for, ace runs. It's great for tunnel shots. You get good distance out of it, and you don't get a lot of pop out of it. I mean, it's really nice. At least for my play style, it's really nice. It really works. I'm going to go with the trickery again. Hopefully, the wind doesn't push me over too hard. Oh, if I could have got around that bush, the skip would have put me over. I am confident for sure. Let's go with a flip up skip. Get away from the tree. Man. Okay, I used the wrong putter. I knew better. I thought to myself for a split second, nah, it's okay. Nope, the wind pushed me around. I was downhill. That's what I get for rushing the putt. Now look, I'm back to tied for first, and I could have been solo first. Wrecking my own stuff. Come on, wind. Nice. Nice. Alright, I believe that's a tie for first with whip arm. No, solo first. Alright. Nice. I never want to root for my opponents to do bad, but if it happens to happen that way, and I do benefit, then I'm always going to be thankful. Alright, last round. I want to thank everybody for sticking through the entire video with me. I appreciate all the support that you guys show. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to leave a comment. And let's go ahead and get into this very last round for the day. Hopefully we can end on a super strong note with 3 solo firsts. That would be legit. Alright, who are we going to get matched up with for the final round? I hope it's a champion, like a purple. I always love playing against the purple players on the way up because it really gives me an idea of like what my competition is going to be like once I am up there. And it's definitely something that when it happens, I get really, really, really pumped for. Alright, we got Jericho, Oler Merritt, and Save Yourself. That's a heck of a name to pronounce, Oleri Merritt. Whew. Alright, I do not have an ace run for this hole. My entire thought process is just get up there without hitting that tree. I mean, even if you do, it's not the end of the world. But hey, it is what it is. You like to get through clean. No trees. Alright, what do we got next? Ah, see, this is another one. It's tricky. I don't really know exactly what to throw. My brain says go putter and play it safe. So that's what I'm going to do. I know that the spike doesn't make it all the way up there for the most part. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like, I like to try to run the aces on these holes. So, anytime I'm in a situation where I'm like, I could chip it up over there and just kind of do like a layup. It's just not exciting. It's the smart play, but it's not exciting. Alright, so what I like to do here is I'll go heavy and then top chevron right like at the basket band. And then hope and pray that we don't slide under the bushes behind it. That's usually the extent. Because you can get stuck behind those bushes and it can mess up your putt. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. This wind is lining up for a decent ace run. However, if this goes wrong and I hit this tree over here on the left, I'm going to regret it. No, I didn't do it enough. I got scared. I got scared. I shouldn't have. I probably had a more correct aim point initially, and I probably should not have readjusted. Oh, I wrecked it. I wrecked it by not hitting that putt. I needed that stroke. I swear if that one par comes back to haunt me, I'm going to be mad at myself. I'm going to go extra glide, big skip, rive, and I want to give it some good Anheuser. I'd rather throw a backhand Anheuser shot here. Don't hit that tree. I probably should have given it more Anheuser, to be honest with you. But I don't like to go with the captain because if I go to the right and it doesn't cooperate and I get stuck, then I often will mess up this second shot by hitting that rock that I'm flying over now. I don't like it. Lucky skip. Nice. Very nice. I am gonna go FD1, raise the shot, and hopefully we don't clip that stair. I don't care if I hit the roof, I just don't want to hit the stair. Taking the birdie on that one. We'll have to just call that one a win on that. I mean, it's not easy getting the eagle, that is for sure. With that win, I'm going to down club to the old flow. And just make sure that I don't play into the water. That's it. My only concern is to not go in the water. From here, I'm going to go forehand, extra glide, big skip, rive. I'm going to aim at this like little mountain tip here because my goal is to hit the front of the mountain and skip over to the right. Nice, I'll take it. Like to be a little closer, but no worries. Easy gimme birdie. Difficult eagle in my opinion. Let's see if we can nab ourselves an ace. No, I don't think so. Not quite. Let's go ahead and pick up that birdie. This par 4 is going to be my only chance to try to get a stroke back on the field. And honestly, with this hole, chances are everyone's going to eagle. And if that's the case, I'd be looking at acing 9. And I don't like that. I don't ever like having to come down for the win on needing an ace. That's not fun. Yep. It is what it is. Oh, man. I mean, hey, this is a good hole 9 to need an ace, you know, to get set up and need an ace for, you know? Nah. That par came back to get me. I knew it, yo. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching the video. This is Master Darkpoi Gaming, and hopefully, I'll see you in the future.